inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Quante volte mi hai deluso, non importa il grande amore, Mari, Eureka e Sole. You are watching the Staten Island Soccer Report, and don't forget Monday Live. Ho dedicato la mia vita, i momenti più felici, a inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Quante volte mi hai deluso, non importa, io ci credo e vivo il mio sogno. Pari grande amore, pari unica e sola, pari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci gridare ancora, pari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo. All right, welcome everyone to a brand new edition of the Staten Island Soccer Report. Sorry for that little delayed. Let's see if we can adjust this background here. Of course, doing the show today live from undisclosed location. As always, let me get this background set up here. There you go. I think that's a little bit better. You know, it's hard enough to do a show, but when you got to direct, produce, and everything, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. So, got to keep track on everything. Okay, so a lot going on. Let's start with Staten Island first. The Strikers, as you can see, tied for first place with 2 games left to go in their season, actually in their history, right? Because they're going to be aging out. And, um, today, unfortunately, a game was forfeited, but still, we get the 3 points, and it keeps us tied, three-way tie for first place. You got Staten Island, you got Middletown, and you got Tinton Falls, all tied for first. And we play Tinton Falls tomorrow night. That's right, Monday night, and a chance to take sole possession as first place. So that being said, a big game coming up tomorrow night for the Strikers. So let's see what else we got here. Let me just see if I could just add one little quick video. Oh, congratulations, of course, to Body. They won their Serie Chi. Let me just see if I have any clips on here. No, I probably don't have any clips on it. All right. So, like I said, it's just a little quick video, an update. Strikers tied for first. I guess the biggest thing going on right now is the UEFA marching. I believe Sweden just lost, and there's a bunch of games going on every day. We got a couple more games coming on later on. I believe at 2:30. So again, haven't been in the studio, but looking forward to get back into the studio. I don't know. Hopefully soon. I'm gonna make contact with them on Monday, tomorrow, and see when I can get back into the studio. I know Vito was chopping at the bit to trying to do a show. I know that he's probably watching now. I'm not sure, but let's see if we could give some updates on the UEFA league. Okay, yeah, I got the standings here for Group One, League A. What the heck is that all about? But anyway, Denmark on top with Austria. I'm just gonna go with the top 2 teams in the groups because we got plenty of groups going on here now. So we got Denmark, Austria. They lead Group One, League A. Group Two, League A, Portugal, Spain. What else is new with that, right? Group Three, League A, Italy, Hungary. Well, let's talk about Italy. Not did not qualify for the World Cup, and they're in a rebuild. It looks like, right? Rebuild stage with Italy, but they're in first place in this group right now with 5 points. Germany and England are also in that group. Italy tied England, I believe, on yesterday, tied 0-0. So still an interesting group. We'll see what happens in that group. So League A, Group 4, Netherlands and Belgium, top two. Netherlands on top with 7 points. Belgium with 4. League B, Group 1, Ukraine, who just was knocked out of the World Cup qualifiers the other day. Ukraine leads this group with 6 points. Ireland in second place. Okay, Group 2, League B. We have Israel and Iceland. Iceland doing pretty well, in second place. Russia is not playing in any of these games, so they're in last place in that group. League B, Group 3, Bosnia and Finland on top. Um, that that group is just, I guess, up in the air. Norway, Siberia, League B, Group 4. League C, Group 1, we got Turkey. Turkey with 9 points, 3 straight wins. Okay, good for Turkey. League C, Group 2, Greece. And I was watching the Greece game, I believe. Was they? Yeah, I was watching Greece. Greece was looking pretty good. So they lead that group right now with 9 points. League C, Group 3, Slovakia with 6 points. Um, Belarus got 2. All right, so and they lead that group, which is Group 3. There's so many groups there. League C, Group 3. League C, Group 4, Georgia, 10 points. North Macedonia with 7. Top 2 there. Group League D, Group 2. There's only 2 games played, so San Marino, 2 losses, 0 goals for, 4 goals against. Not good. Not going to get anywhere if you can't score any goals in that group. I mean, I tell you, this is worse than the World Cup. I mean, all right. So anyhow, I mean the top groups probably in League A, right? You got Group 1, 2 with Portugal, Spain. Group 3, League A, right? Italy, Germany, England, Belgium. Group 4. I mean, those are the top. Those are the cream of the crop right there. And I'm looking at Group 2, League B. Russia's not even in that, so that's like a 3-team group there with Russia not playing any of the games, and I don't think they're giving the points away. I think they're just not playing any games there. So, other than that, let's check the MLS standings. I mean, there's a long way to go with this away for Nations League. I'm going to see if I could turn on another game here. I believe it concludes next year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if there's another game going on right now. So we could watch live. Which Spain and Czech Republic is coming up in about 15 minutes. So we got that game to look forward to. Let's get the MLS. I believe there was 3 games or 2 games yesterday. I know the Red Bulls played. They lost the first time ever playing Charlotte. They lost 2-0. MLS. Tough place to play. I mean, I don't think Charlotte is a good team skill wise. Let's look at the standings here for the MLS. But I guess the atmosphere maybe. Okay, so the Red Bulls, let's check yesterday's matches. Do we have any scores from yesterday? Yes, 2-0 Charlotte over the Red Bulls. And Nashville's scoreless with San Jose. Those are the only 2 games from yesterday. Today we got Sporting KC in New England at 3 o'clock, which is in about another hour. Tuesday, Seattle, Vancouver, and I believe next weekend everyone's back in action, which, yes, the 18th, everyone's back in action, and the 19th. So next weekend, everybody's back from the break. Let's go to the standings real quick. We're already at 12 minutes. Probably make this a 30-minute show, and then I'll just input it to CTV, see if they'll accept it. All right, so let's go to the MLS. Obviously, the logo right behind New York City FC, first place, 26 points. Philadelphia is right behind us. I think that's going to be a battle right down to the wire here. Philly's a really good team. Montreal is a surprise. They're in third place, and I'm looking at the conference. This is for the whole conference. All right, 14 teams. Montreal is a surprise. The Red Bulls are sitting in fourth in the conference. Really not a surprise. The Red Bulls are a good team also. Just don't know if they have enough to win the MLS Cup this season. Orlando sitting at number 5. Charlotte, a surprise expansion team, number 6 right now. And Cincinnati, another surprise team, sitting at number 7. And you got Inter Miami, number 8, which, it's about time Inter Miami and Mr. Beckham that get this thing done the right way. All right. Get some players in there and get this Inter Miami team rolling. All right. But they're not in a bad spot right now. They are 3 points out of a playoff spot, 22 points, 3 points behind Cincinnati. Columbus on the outside looking in at number 9. That's not where they belong, I don't think. I think they're a better team than that. Atlanta, New England. All right. The Supporter Shield winners from last season. They're in the 11th spot. They're 4-4. 4 wins. Let's just take a double check here. 4-4-5. So they're playing 500 ball. I got to imagine they're going to get into the playoffs at some point here. They're going to make a run. Toronto, number 12, which is not surprising. I mean, they're still trying to rebuild there with Bradley as their coach. DC United and Chicago, the last 2 teams in the conference. I don't expect much out of Chicago. DC, it is what it is, but they are 4-7. I'm sorry. 4 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws. I'm looking at the way they have the standings set. Okay, let's take a look to see if we could get the Western Conference now. Okay, LAFC, number 1 in the West with 29 points. So that makes them number 1 in the league as far as points go. FC Dallas sitting at number 2 in the West. Real Salt Lake with a record of 7 wins, 3 draws, and 4 losses. Real Salt Lake. Austin, not bad. For Austin, they're in 4th place in the conference. 7 wins, 3 draws, and 4 losses. LA Galaxy, they're in the playoff spot. They're in number 5. The Galaxy is number 5 with 7 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws. And that's with the Mexican superstar there, Chicharito, right? So Nashville is sitting in 6th place, 6 wins, 5 draws, and 4 losses for Nashville. They tied yesterday. If you guys remember, I just mentioned that score. Houston with 5 wins, 3 draws, and 6 losses, 18 points, number 7 in the West. That's the last playoff spot. Minnesota, 5 wins, 3 draws, and 6 losses, tied with Houston with 18 points. So Minnesota and Houston, but Houston holds the tiebreaker, and they're in the 7th spot. Colorado, 14 games played, 5 wins, 3 draws, 6 losses. Vancouver, 14 games played, 5 wins, 1 draw, 6 losses. Portland, which is shocking. They're all the way down to they're 12th in the conference, and they were in the finals last year, right? They're MLS Cup final. So only 3 wins for Portland. I don't know what's going on in Portland. We haven't played there as far as our teams, NYC. So I really don't know what's going on. Haven't looked too much into it. But 3 wins, 6 draws, and 6 losses for Portland. And Gio, he's got to turn that around. Otherwise, maybe, you know what happens with coaches that are first to go. So San Jose now, number 13th, we have 3 wins for San Jose, 6 draws and 6 losses. Sporting KC, we have them at 3 wins, 4 draws, and 8 losses. So they're on the bottom, which is surprising also for KC. All right. That being said, let's just move right over to the women's side. As far as the MLS goes, there's a long way to go. So I mean, they're going to start up again next weekend. Going back to, they're probably going to have a lot of Wednesday games, midweek games. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure the standings are going to change a lot, and I expect New England and Portland to definitely climb the ladder there in the standings. Let's check the NWSL. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. Let's get the standings for the women's league here. Oh, no. This is what happens when you're doing everything yourself here. Usually in the studio, I have all the stuff pulled up, but I had to do the background today, which looks good, I think. Okay. Now, we had some games last night. We had 3 games last night. This is the NWSL. Washington 2, Carolina 3. Washington going through a little bit. Don't forget, they're the defending champs, right? Going through a little bit of, I think, a losing streak. They lost last week to Gotham, and they lost again last night. Louisville, Angel City 3, Louisville 2. Of course, that's Kristen Press's team out in California. And, of course, Kansas City. We're going to go through the table in a second, but I believe they're on the bottom of the West, and they beat the Gotham last night 1-0 on a late goal. I think in the 83rd minute, somewhere around there, the 83rd, 84th minute. Yeah, so Gotham lose a game in the 84th minute. Gotham lose a game that they should have won, in my mind. In my opinion, they should have definitely won that game. All right, let's look at the table for the NWSL, and they got 12 teams in it. 2 expansion teams this season. So not bad. As long as they keep growing. But I got to tell you, watching these games, and I'm a big supporter of women's soccer for obvious reasons. Right, my daughter plays soccer, and she's a fanatic. All right, so people got to get out and get to these stadiums and support the women's league. You got to get out there. You got to support them because in some of these cities that we're watching, the attendance is poor. All right, but then again, you got some cities like in LA. The crowd, full house, packed stadiums. All right, let's go through the table. San Diego on top, 8 games played, 4 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Alex Morgan, obviously the star on that team, and she's a scoring machine. She's never going to stop scoring goals, that kid. I tell you. All right, second place, we got LA, 8 games played, 4 wins, 1 draw with 3 losses. They got 7 goals for and 8 goals against, so they're -1 on the differential there, 13 points. Houston, 7 games played, 3 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. So that's a pretty good record for Houston with only 1 loss. And they're a +8 on the goal, so they could score goals. They don't give up goals. They only give up 3 goals in 7 games. So Houston has got something going. Chicago with Mallory Pugh being the star player there, 7 games played, 3 wins, 3 draws, and also with 1 loss. So we got a couple of teams here with only 1 loss so far. And it's early, only 7 games played. I think 9 is the max played. Portland, 2 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss. Again, you got that 1 loss. But then again, as you could see in the corner there, we got Vincenzo. And he always said it. A draw is like a loss because you're losing points. All right. OL Reign, we got 2 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses with 9 points for the Reign. New Jersey, New York, the Gotham, 6 games played, the fewest, well, tied for the fewest games played, 3 wins, 0 draws, and 3 losses. So they're playing. That you know what? If you said to me before the season, after 6 games, Gotham's going to be 3-3, I would have took it only due because of that roster. All right. I just don't think that they signed anybody. They lost some good players, obviously with Lloyd retiring, and they lost their keepers, both of their starting and backup keepers, and they didn't really sign any, in my opinion, any good solid goal scorers, offensive players. So 3-3 for the Gotham. Washington, the defending champions right now, out of the playoffs. But I got to imagine that they're going to turn that around. They have 1 win, 5 draws, and 3 losses. Louisville, we got 8 games played, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 4 losses. They got 8 points. Kansas City, team that beat the Gotham last night. Um, Kansas City's 2 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses, 8 points. Orlando, another team that pretty much flipped the whole roster and is struggling because of it. 2 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses with 8 points. Now, North Carolina, I mean, they also lost some good players, and here's the result: 6 games played, 2 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, 7 points, sitting in last place in the NWSL. So again, a long way to go with this. Also, with this season, and I expect to see, like Washington, climb the ladder. Um, I think that might be the only team that's on the outside right now looking in. And Gotham, you know, you got to win your home games, and then you try and get some points on the road as far as Gotham goes. Let's see. Any news in the MLS? Nashville extends a home unbeaten streak and a draw. So here's some big news, right? Nashville with 24 games unbeaten. That's amazing right there, right? A point, at least a point in 24 straight home games for Nashville. So that's definitely that's home field advantage right there. Okay. All right. I tell you, as far as I'm sure there's a lot of movement going to be going on now with the Serie A and all the other leagues around the world as they get ready for their season coming up, and it's right around the corner, right? August they start up again, and then of course we got the World Cup coming up in November. Good luck to United States men's team. They have a match on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, and they're I think it's not the UEFA, it's the CONCACAF Nations League, I believe. Let's see if I can look this up real quick before we sign off here because we're only going 30 minutes. We got 25 in. Yes, they are going to be playing. They're in League A. They're playing El Salvador, United States, El Salvador men's team. The women's team are going to be playing, I believe, in a couple of weeks. There's going to be a break for that. So United States this Tuesday, June 14th, 10 p.m. In this area. Oh, actually, it's going to be on Fox Sport 1, and that's all over the country. So you could see that game at on Tuesday night, depending on where you are. East Coast, it's 10 p.m. The United States, let's see if we can pull up their schedule before we sign off here. Yep, they play one game. They play their first game on Tuesday, and then they don't play until November. As far as I'm sure they'll probably get a friendly in maybe somewhere. I hope they would right before the World Cup because on their schedule right now shows after Tuesday, the next game is on November 21st, which is Wales. All right, let's just do a quick rundown on the United States' 3 games before we sign off. The United States, Wales, Monday, November 21st, 2 p.m. Okay. Um, United States has to win that game. I mean, if you want to make that next step, you got to beat Wales. And all due respect to Wales, but the United States has to win that game. And I apologize for looking down because I have my screen here. United States, England on Friday, November 25th. That's right after Thanksgiving. So 2 p.m., another 2 p.m. game. Again, the United States must win this game, okay? If you want to take that next step. This is what we're talking about. If you're not going to take that next step, then you're going to lay an egg against England and go home. But you know these players well enough. Again, the United States must win that game. So you're 2-0 in the group. And then you come to Tuesday, November 29th, 2 p.m. against Iran. And you know what I'm going to say about that. And again, all due respect to all these other countries that we're playing, the United States, Wales, England, and Iran, the United States must win against Iran. Again, if you want to get to that next step. So my prediction, the United States goes 3-0 in group play. And then we see, we take it from there. We see whatever happens after that. Who do they play in the knockout stage? So my prediction for the United States this World Cup and coming up is the United States going 3-0. Scores, I'll give you scores right away. United States Wales, United States 2, Wales 1. United States England, I see this game being high scoring. United States 3, England 2. Okay, and United States Iran, a 1-0 win against Iran. Okay, so that's it for now. Hopefully to be back in the studio soon to do the 1 hour show, and hopefully have Vito on also. If not, the show must go on, like I always say. Thank you guys for watching the show and supporting this and liking the page. We got plenty of followers. We're all around the world, and so we're gonna keep pushing soccer and respect for the referees as always. All right, that's all we got for now. We'll see you guys soon. Hopefully within a week or so from the studio. All right, guys, we'll see you. Ciao.
Maybe she'll get something out of it. Not slipping and falling, rather a slip and fall. We're being a little smart here.
Go Chelsea!
Don't shoot it, nice. And we got a goal! Gabriel attempted to do the goal.
It's going to snow.
And we got it. I don't know. Might be a blizzard today for Gabriel with Gabriela Contaduca scoring. Could this open the floodgates? I think we got some pressure, a little confidence.
Shot from the side, too.
Yeah,
there it is. Keep it in.
You got it, Eddie.